Hello guys, I welcome you all to this brand new Core Java series. In last video, we have covered this program, that is program to swap two numbers. We also have studied the concept of variables. Somewhere I have also told you something, the naming convention that you must have follow while naming your variable. Okay, these are some of the important points you have to remember while naming your variable. Okay, so here you can see in this example, I have just initialized the value of number 1 and I have just initialized the value of number 9. So I didn't take the input from the user. So in Java, in this video, we will covering how to take input from the user. Okay, so for taking input from the user, let me just first create a separate class for it. Okay, click on new, then click on class. You can have any name. This is my video 3, so I will naming it video 3. Don't forget to check this option, public static void main strings args, because this is the mandatory line you have to write for making your Java program run. So the execution or the run of the Java program will start from this main method only. So yeah, don't forget it to check it. Click on finish. When you click on finish, so this snippet you will see. Okay, so now what you have to uh, make in order to take input from the user is that first you have to import some library, or you can say import some class, right? So in Java we have predefined classes and interfaces also. So what are interfaces? Just don't forget about the word interfaces. Now just focus on the word that in Java we have some predefined classes. What are predefined classes? Predefined classes are those classes which are already in the JDK. Okay, you don't need to write code for them. You don't need to know how to implement them. You can just use them. How to use them? You can have something like this: import java dot util dot scan. Okay, so this scanner class is used when we are taking input from the user, right? So when your program takes input from the user, so don't forget to write this line at the top of the program. Okay, so you can just think of a library in school or college. There is a library. Inside library there are different sections. Yeah, okay, this section is of computer science, this section of history, this section of mathematics. And in the computer science specific branch, you go and search for a specific book. So you can just have a feeling like this java.util is a big library and this scanner is a small book inside that library. Okay, so you have to write this line for making your program to take input from the user. Now what you have to do, so you have to make a scanner class object. You can name it anything. Here I am in naming it as input. Okay, you can input anything according to the naming conventions in the told you in the last video. Input new scanner system.in. So please just have a look. My system S is capital. Yeah. So my system S is capital and followed by a semicolon. So now my class is ready. My video 3 class is ready to for taking inputs from the user. Now what type of input I am taking? Suppose I am taking a integer. So I have to define a variable, that is int number 1. Okay, now what I have to do, I have to use that input, uh, this object, you can say scanner object. So input dot, and there is a function called next int. Again, int I is capital. Okay, so this line is all done for taking input from the user and save it to the number 1. Okay, now I'll just copy this line and I will just change it to number 1 from number 2. Okay, now this line, what this line do, this line take another input from the keyboard and save it in number 2 variable. Now if I want to swap these two numbers, I can just initialize or just create a temporary variable. Yeah, so just write the logic of swapping. Temp is equals to number 1 number 1 is equals to number 2, number 2 is equals to 10. Yeah, that's all for the logic for swapping. Okay, now just print it on the console. For printing on the console, we have a command that is system.out.println. Yeah, so you can write value of number 1. This is concatenation. I am concatenating two things. So I will just tell you what is concatenation. Don't worry. So first, write me complete program. Okay. So I will tell you what is concatenation. Don't worry. So concatenation is used for making this output statement, or you can say system.out.println beautification. Yeah. So if I hit the run button, so just check the output. You can check the output here. Yeah, if I now click the run button, so click on run button, then click on proceed. So yeah, just this time you have to input two integers from your keyboard. So 89 space 4. Okay, so 89 is the value of number 1, 4 is the value of number 2. After writing the swap logic, now the number 1 will be swapped with number 4, number 2 will be swapped with 89. So now if I just press the enter, you can see number 1 is swapped with 4 and number 2 is swapped with 89. Okay, so I have to write number 2 over here. Okay, so just let me just run one more time for you. So 89 4, and I click the enter, so you can see the value of number 1 is 4 and the value of number 2 is 89. Okay, so in this manner you can just input any data type you want. So now if you want to input a double, so you can input a double. Input number 3 is equals to input dot next int. Yeah, so in this fashion you can input a double. Now most of you thinking how to input a character. So for inputting a character you have something like this: char ch is equals to input dot next dot char at 0. So you have to type something like this: char at 0. So what this line does, this line will take a input in the form of character from your keyboard. Yeah, and now most of you are thinking that how to input a string. So for inputting a string, just let me clear all this. So now I will tell you how to input a string. So first you need to initialize a string like string str, or you can say first name is equals to. Now you have to use that object of class scanner dot next. Yeah. So instead of first name, just have name. Yeah, it's just convention. You can use any name. You can use first name over there. So it's just convention. Now let me just print on the console this. Okay, system dot out dot println your name is name. Okay, if I hit the run button over here, click on OK, click on proceed. So you can see the console is waiting for me to type a value. So my suppose the name is John Does. Okay, and now if I hit the enter button, you can say it just take the first word. Your name is John. It doesn't take my second name. So this is the problem with the next method. Okay guys, this is the problem with the next method. Now what if you want to take full line as your name? So you have to use something called as next line. You can optimize it with next line, right? So what next line will does, next line will take the complete sentence. Okay, so now if I hit the run button and click on OK, click on proceed. Now I will enter a line. Analog. So analog is good. Okay. Now if I hit the enter button and click on proceed, and now I will type analog is good. Okay. So just press the enter. So you can see your name is analog is good. So it takes the whole complete sentence. So that's the difference between next and next line. Hope you guys understand that. Yeah. All right. So this is all for inputting your for input from the user. Now I remember some small case which I forgot in the last video. That is the naming of variable. Okay. For naming of variable, you can't use these. Okay, for naming your variables you can't use abstract cannot be your variable. You can't use continue, you can't use for. Why I can't use all these? Because these are keywords. What are these are keywords. Okay, so now most of you thinking what are keywords? So keywords are the reserved literals or reserved variables for a specific task by the Java. So what are keywords? Keywords are the reserved. So this boolean is already reserved for something. So you can't use boolean for your variable naming. So in railway is quite happens. Like if this seat is reserved for my name, nobody can come and sit on that seat. So similarly in this, if default is reserved by the Java for something, and you can't use default at your convenience, right? Okay, so please remember that you can't use these as your variable name. Now that's all for today's video. I will see you in the next video. So hope you enjoyed that, and if you find this course helpful and if you want me to make more interesting and more engaging videos, just comment your queries and suggestions. Please like this video, and if you are interested in joining Analog, just mail us on this email ID. So thank you guys, thank you so much.